Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Boy Cosmic. And in this video, it's gonna be quite a little bit different. And I thought that just to step away from all the negativity and all the bad ambience and vibes about the updates, how things are not coherent, how things are not matching up, how things are really all over the place. I thought maybe you can make a fun video, something to cheer us up, something like, get people's imagination into this game and have the freedom of, thinking about new stuff and new upgrades, new characters that you want to see added, new stuff that you like to see in the game. So I thought in this video I could make a my top 10 characters that I want to see get a tier 4 in 2023 in my list. So yeah, I really thought about this for a while, and I think it's gonna be real fun. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. So yeah, I just want to give it a shot and have fun with it. So let's get with this list, and we're gonna mention some honorable mentions along the way as well. So let's jump right into it because I'm really excited about making this list and these characters because I really like them as a whole. So let's jump right into it. So at number 10 we got Quicksilver. Now the reason why I picked up Quicksilver at number 10 is generally because the speed type category has never been showcased as this, you know, like very strong, difficult powerhouse in the game. And what I mean by that is that if we look at the categories in Marvel Future Fight, like the Blast, Combat, the Universal, they all had that one type of character who's a big powerhouse who would wash through all PvE, all PvP content. For instance, for the combat category, we got Hulk, who's a meta for PvP, and before the nerf, which I highly disagree with it, he was crushing PvE content everywhere. Giant Boss Raid, World Boss Legend, Alliance Battle Legend, everything. Alright, he was like really strong. The same thing goes for the Blast category. We had at one point Adam Warlock, Sharon Rogers. We had like at one point Jean Grey. So you guys can see where I go with this. But so at number 10 I got Quicksilver. At number 9 we have Daredevil. Now the reason why I picked up Daredevil in here is probably kind of the same reason why I have Quicksilver as well at number 10, but it's a little bit different. The reason why I pick him up at number 9 is because Daredevil as a character without the Defenders team does not function in the game. The only way for him to function is in PvP, and he needs Luke Cage leadership, and he needs Jessica Jones uniform effects on him. That to me kind of limits the character and shows us how niche he is in his utility. And frankly, in PvE, he wasn't really that great. In PvP he was like okay, he wasn't gonna blow up your mind in PvE performances at all. So at number 9 we got Daredevil. At number 8 I got Wolverine. Now the reason why I picked up Wolverine is because when you look at the mutants in general and you think who's gonna be the next mutant that will get a tier 4, in my personal opinion, the one that's gonna be most popular of getting a tier 4 would probably be Wolverine. I honestly do not see any other mutants that will get people hyped up and excited to get a mutant tier 4 more than Wolverine. Wolverine has always been that character who just gets punched over and over and over and over, and we never got a true showcase of his tankiness until the Enter the Phoenix uniform, which is still his greatest uniform to date. It's so fucking good. He's so tanky, he hits really hard in PvP, he has a lot of healing, right? And I think with Wolverine they can kind of nail that. I picked up him at number 8 because I generally believe that Wolverine would be the best option and the most profitable one for the developers team, and would be the most exciting one for the player base if they wanted to get a mutant tier 4. I do believe Wolverine would be a fantastic choice, in my personal opinion, of him getting a tier 4, um, as well as the most profitable one of all the mutants that we have in Marvel Future Fight. I don't think any other mutant in the game will ever top Wolverine in terms of profits for the character getting a tier 4, or in terms of popularity, or in terms of excitement. So yeah, for my pick, I would choose Wolverine at number 8. At number 7 comes in Doctor Doom. And the reason why I picked up Doctor Doom at number 7 are for two reasons. Alright, two reasons. One, he was already been in the meta for a good amount of time with this new uniform and this tier 3. He was already crushing the meta for PvE and PvP content. Okay, but not for long. He did not stand up in the meta for too long, and that's kind of really a downside to the character, especially when he's a native tier 2. Usually native tier 2s should last a little bit longer in terms of their value and utility in the game. So I put him at number 7 for that one reason. And the second reason is because if you actually look at the category of the universal class, we really do not have a universal human supervillain tier 4, because we already have like a lot of speed and a lot of combat and blast tier 4s, but in the game we only have like 3 of them. I think Doctor Doom would definitely fit this spot. I know he's a native tier 2. No, he's probably going to be double cost. Obviously he will be, but he fits perfectly for this spot, and I think he would be a great addition to the tier 4 category. And I think people will be generally excited for Doctor Doom, you know, because people really like Doctor Doom as a whole. He's a very popular character, and I think Marvel Future Fight would do a great job with that. So at number 7 I have Doctor Doom. And number 6 I got Dormammu. Now I know what you're thinking, another native tier 3 and another a universal supervillain character. Yes, I get that, but this is different on this character. Dormammu was never a meta, let's be real. I have Dormammu on number 6. I think he deserves a tier 4. I think he deserves a new uniform and a full rework for the character to make him valuable and to push the utility of the character in the game modes, because he's really cool, he's really strong, but he really doesn't get reflected with that power level at the very least in the gameplay or the utility of all the game modes, whether it be PvP or PvE. So at number 6 I got Dormammu for you. Coming up at number 5 I got Icarus. Now Icarus, listen, probably almost exactly the same reason as Dormammu. Icarus sucks. He always sucked, and he will always suck if he doesn't get a new uniform and get a tier 4 to balance him out. Okay, he got a tier 3 during an Eternals update. Okay, he's called the Prime Eternal. He's the leader of the Eternals. He's supposed to be the most powerful Eternal among the Eternals out there. With him, his group of Eternals, he's the most powerful one of them. And he got a tier 3, and some reason the developers team decided to make him a PvP character, which I'm fine with. But he doesn't have anything remotely close to being PvP. Okay, what, iframe, a longer iframe? That's really not helpful because it deals no damage. Okay, his fourth skill right here, okay, it has a long animation. But it doesn't deal any damage. It has no damage at all. Okay, what, auto heal? He has auto heal right now. Where is it? Where's the auto heal? He has auto heal, but the auto heal is not justified with the amount of damage reduction. This dude has like 50%, I believe, or 55% damage reduction totally, and he still gets one tapped. I even have a CTB of regeneration on this guy, and his HP is at 111,000, bro. Man, Icarus, he's not used for anything. Every other Eternal in the game, except for Hyperion, which we'll get into, Every other Eternal in the game, Kingo, Cersei, Gilgamesh, Makari, and Athena, have all been at one point meta. All of them, even Kingo, yeah, Kingo, at one point he was like a meta for Squad Battle. Remember Squad Battle, the game that crashed it? He was meta for that game mode for a while. Yeah, he was. Even Kingo was meta. Cersei, she's like a meta support for the Eternals. Makari, she was literally the PvE meta goddess in this game. Like nobody could come close to her. Okay, Gilgamesh, he was the tank god. Okay, that dude would never die. You would hit him with the most powerful attacks a PvE character has, and he will not die. Okay, Athena, she was a PvE goddess as well. She was crushing Giant Boss Raid, she was crushing World Boss Legend, she was crushing ABX, she was crushing even dispatch missions, which is insane. Okay? But this dude right here, this guy, he's never been meta for anything. This dude was just a leadership for the Eternals. That was the only usage for him. A 60% all-attack increase for the Eternal allies. That's it. That's the only thing that this dude was used for, a leadership. He was never good. He was never profitable for anybody. I really like Icarus. I really do. I do like the character. I really tried to make him work in PvP. I did. I give him a CTB of reason. I give him HP Urus. I give him attack Urus. I even got the uniform to Mythic. You know? I give him a drastic density enhancement at stage 8. I give him a rank 3 type enhancement at the very least, at the very minimum, just a rank 3. You know, I even have his artifact that has a pierce damage reduction. The artifact that I gave him has pierce damage reduction, and he gets 1 tapped. Even then, when he got his tier 3 and the uniform, he was still getting 1 tapped. That's how trash and tragic it is for Icarus. At number 5, I got Icarus. Coming up at number 4, we have Black Panther. Now, the reason why I picked up Black Panther is too obvious and it is too simple. Black Panther was never ever meta for anything ever since he got his tier 3. Not even back then. When he first got his tier 3, he wasn't even the meta for combat. Captain America was still the meta back then. And recently with the Wakanda Forever update, we had the chance of him getting a uniform and a tier 4, but for some reason the developers team decided not to, and instead they gave the tier 4 to Captain America for Veterans Day. Honestly, I really do not care anymore about Captain America because he got so many uniforms. It is absurd. The amount of uniforms Captain America got is insane, and he was already too strong, and now they made him even stronger with that back to basics uniform. Honestly, he didn't deserve to get a uniform, Captain America. He really did not. He didn't deserve to get a tier 4 either. It was supposed to be Black Panther, T'Challa. Black Panther really, with this latest uniform that he got like last year, I believe, or the year before, during the Ultimate update, the 3099 uniform was not good. It was just not good. Even the effects, even the passives, are absolutely ridiculous. Okay, they're like complete garbage. Look at this: 100% chance to increase critical damage by 10% on critical attacks. That is so lame. That is so lame effort from the developers. Okay, that is extremely lame. Honestly, Black Panther definitely deserves to get a uniform of his own with much better damage, much better survivability, and basically become a meta. You know, he was literally never meta. Never, ever since he got his tier 3. Ever since he got this Marvel Studios Black Panther uniform. Or ever since he got this 3099 uniform. Or even this Captain America Civil War uniform. He was never meta for anything at all. So, and it's a shame, and it's completely criminal that they just decided to like skip over him and give tier 4 to Captain America instead of this guy. It's absolutely shame, bro. I don't know. Black Panther for me definitely deserves a tier 4, definitely deserves a place in the meta. He's been garbage for so long, he's been trash for so many years. He wasn't useful for anything at all. Okay, the only reason why I haven't built up is because I like Black Panther, not Cat, because I like Black Panther from the comics. So yeah, for number 4 I got Black Panther. He definitely deserves it, and yeah, Black Panther should be definitely getting a tier 4 real soon because he deserves it. So my fourth pick is Black Panther. And number 3, I got Molecule Man. Now, Molecule Man, almost the same reason why I have Black Panther at rank 4. Molecule Man has been garbage. Okay, ever since he got introduced, and he is literally the most criminally depowered character in this game. Literally. Dormammu is much better than this guy. That's how garbage Molecule Man is. That's how literally how garbage he is. Yeah. And I got him to tier 3. I got him to tier 3 and I got him to level 70 because I like the character from the comics. I really do. But in game, bro, he is so garbage. He's not useful for anything. The only thing he's useful for is his leadership. Alright, his leadership is basically an OP one. It basically ignores damage reduction and increase between self and opposing faction, and it decreases chain hit damage by 15%, and it removes all debuffs for 6 seconds on a cooldown of 10 seconds. So every 4 seconds he reactivates the debuff removal. That's it. So if you ever try to build a Molecule Man, just get him to 6 stars, level 60. That's it. And get his mastery to 6 stars. That's all you gotta do. Nothing more, nothing less. Trying to get him to tier 4, trying to get him to tier 3, good luck to you, man. Like, he's not gonna do much for you except for being a leadership. You know, he's really not that strong. He doesn't have any good survivability. He doesn't have any good damage. He has some good damage reduction right here on his 4th skill, which is decreased basic damage received by 50%. Okay, and that's it. He has a heal for 20 seconds. He heals every 5 to 4 seconds from his 4th skill as well. So every 5 seconds he heals 20% of his max HP. Yeah, and he has just penetration. That's it. And debuff removal. There's no iframe. He has no iframe ignore. His survivability is garbage. His HP is so low. Look at this, 88,000. Even when I gave him a CTP of regeneration, he didn't even go past 100,000. Yeah, I used to have a mighty CTP of regeneration on Molecule Man because I really like Molecule Man from the comics. He is so cool and I really love him so much from the comics. And when I gave him CTP of regen, it was a mighty CTP of regeneration that I have now on Thanos. He didn't even go past 100,000. And that is with the amount of HP Urus that I gave him and the heal Odin's blessings. I gave him 2 heal Odin's blessings, and I have about 4 legendary HP Urus and 6 mythic HP Urus. Yeah, and I have about 3 other Odin's blessings. The Amplify, the Resist, I believe it's called the Resist, this one. Yeah, the Amplify, the Resist, and the Balance. Yeah. So, I really like Molecule Man. I really do. And he's been criminally depowered. He's been so weak. Molecule Man from the comics is nothing comparable to this one. Like, the difference between those two is astronomical. I'm not saying they have to adapt 100% the Molecule Man from the comics, but at the very least, they have to adapt a similar power level that he is in the comics, okay? At the very least. And unfortunately, he's not. He's really not. He is so garbage. He's extremely trash. Okay, he's by far the worst deluxe pack character. By far, the worst. So, yeah, I'm so disappointed. I really want them to get Molecule Man to tier 4. I really want them to give him a uniform, rework him top to bottom, rework, make him tanky, make him have insane damage for PvP. Even in PvE, they can make him super good. You know, like I said, I really like Molecule Man. I think he has so much potential to be an OP character in this game. It just needs the right directions, and he needs the right developer team that'll put the effort on making this monster a monster. You know, yeah, Molecule Man for me as a number 3 pick makes perfect sense. I know he's a universal, I know he's a native tier 2, but we already have a native tier 2, tier 4 already. So yeah, for my number 3, Molecule Man, and I hope he gets a tier 4 and a uniform and gets reworked real soon. Coming up at number 2 is Hyperion. Now, Hyperion, almost the same reason as Molecule Man, the same reason as Black Panther, he was never meta for anything. Literally nothing. He was not meta for PvE, he was not meta for PvP. For World Boss Legend, he was like okay-ish. For ABX, he was like okay-ish. Okay, he was like slightly better than Scarlet Witch with the WandaVision uniform until she got her until she got the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness uniform, and she completely pummeled out Hyperion from the ABX list. What else? His survivability is okay, it's not bad. It could be better, but his damage is so bad. When he first got his uniform, he was like meta for like 2 weeks. And then Makari came in and she just completely wiped him out of the PvE list. Yeah, he was basically never meta for anything. And it was literally the first time Hyperion gets a tier 3. It was literally his first day getting a tier 3 and getting a powerful upgrade uniform, you know? And honestly, to see him not able to keep up with the meta, or being at the very least in the range of the meta, it is extremely sad, considering the fact that this dude is very strong in the comics. He's basically Marvel's Superman. If you guys don't know, Hyperion is literally copy-paste Superman from the comics in terms of origin, in terms of abilities and powers, in terms of power level and things that Superman does. He's extremely similar to him, extremely, like, literally copy-pasted from him. And the developers team just not did that right with Hyperion, man. He's literally never been meta for anything at all, like, honestly. And frankly, I really like to see Hyperion get a tier 4 and a uniform because he's such a cool character. Maybe a Heroes Reborn Squadron Supreme update that could give him a tier 4. That would be a great idea. An epic quest of Squadron Supreme, to be completely honest, Squadron Supreme are like a popular team in Marvel Comics. They're like so popular, they've been in the 60s, I believe, in the 60s or 70s, if I recall correctly. And they were popular ever since. Yeah, ever since then, they were extremely popular. So, honestly, I think Hyperion should get a tier 4 and a uniform because he honestly deserves it. It's been literally ever since he got introduced, which was in 2016. I think it was 2016. It was he got introduced after Carnage got added into the game. He was literally one of the OG's premium characters in the premium selector, and he was never meta for anything at all. He was just a leadership. That's it. Just a leadership. Cosmic Fusion, increase all basic attacks by 55%. Before it was literally just 45%, now it's 55%. That applies to all allies. And this is Hyperion fused with the Phoenix Force, and he's suddenly not even that OP. That is so disrespectful, to be completely honest with you. Honestly, I really like Hyperion from the comics. He has such a cool background story. Well, the one from Jonathan Hickman, which we already have in here, which is a shame because it's literally his default look when it could have been a uniform. But yeah, I really like Hyperion. I really enjoy his comic book series. I really enjoyed his appearances in the New Avengers comic run from Jonathan Hickman. And honestly, he is so depowered right now. And I truly believe that developers team, with the right effort and the right amount of time to make a epic quest about Squadron Supreme, would make a perfect sense for Hyperion to get a tier 4 and a uniform and finally become a meta character in PvE content or PvP or both, for that matter. So he's basically Marvel's Superman, for God's sake. So he is supposed to be strong physically, defensively, offensively, everything. Okay, he's supposed to be powerful guy. He's supposed to be like really hard to be taken down, and he can take out anybody he gets in his way. So that's the idea of having Hyperion on your team. I really like the character, really like his stories. Honestly, he's been criminally depowered, bro. This is sad. This is absolutely sad, and I really hope the developers team actually get him a uniform and a tier 4, because he deserves to be in the meta. He's never been meta for anything at all, and if they keep going with that track, he will never be meta at all. So really hope they give him a uniform and make him meta character in PvE and PvP finally, bro. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So my number 2 goes to Hyperion. Coming up at number 1, and you guys knew about this, for those who actually know me and know me for a very long time in Discord communities, in Marvel Future Fight communities, they know how much I like the Sentry, bro. They honestly know how much I like the character, his origin, his stories, his power level in the comics. They really know. If you know me, you know I like this character, bro. So my number 1 pick for the tier 4, which is probably not even soon, probably like really late, like maybe in a year or two, maybe, is Sentry. Sentry getting a tier 4 would be absolutely this is insane. People call me a madman for saying Sentry getting a tier 4. Sentry getting a tier 4 would be kind of broken status for the game. Basically because this dude, when he first got introduced back in 2020 during the November update, the Dark Avengers November update, he came in with a power level that no other character had in the game before him. He was dominating everything. Okay, he dominated PvE, he dominated PvP, he dominated every game mode he gets his hand on, and he dominated it for like a year or two. That's like the longest domination any other character had. Maybe close to Jean Grey. Maybe Jean Grey, she's close to him, I don't know. But he dominated the game for so long, and it was insane. It was absolutely insane. And frankly, with the amount of tier 4s that we're getting, and how Sentry is really involved in the Marvel Universe a lot in so many ways, so many appearances, so many allies he's been with, I think giving him a tier 4 would be like a great option, for 2 reasons. One, he's basically been off the meta recently for like a year. Okay, he's been off the meta for a year. I know there are people who are still using him in PvP. I know there are people who say he's still consistently good for a universal human hero. I completely understand that, 100%. But I do think giving him a tier 4 would be a great idea, because right now the game doesn't have that one character who completely tops everything else that can be comparable at. What do I mean by that is that when he first got introduced, every character was being comparable to him to see if they're as good as him or weaker than him. Okay, and I think we need that kind of sample of character that can be used in a comparison to all other characters in terms of power level and performance as a whole. Basically, Sentry embodies and matches up these idea of being like a powerhouse in the game, who is super strong, super tanky, can do all PvE and PvP content for you without any issue. And honestly, he has so many different looks in the comics. Like, he has the Void look, he has the Death Seed Sentry look, he has the Immersed Sentry look. He has so many looks in the comics, and I really like if Sentry gets a tier 4. I really like the character. I've always enjoyed his comics. I know a lot of people who have read about him will enjoy his comics as well. He's a fantastic character. Get a tier 4 in my personal opinion. I know he's a native tier 3, so he's gonna be even more expensive. And like I said, people will call me a madman for saying this dude should get a tier 4. Look, everybody is a madman in their own mind, okay? If you're a madman of getting your own character to tier 4, I'm a madman of getting my own character to tier 4. And, I would love if Sentry gets a tier 4 and a uniform. Maybe the Void uniform. Maybe they make the Void a new character as a whole and make him separate character and become like a synergy type character with the Sentry. Who knows? Who knows? Only time would tell. But honestly, I really like the Sentry. Him getting a tier 4 would be absolutely perfect and would make a much more sense because he's been off the meta for like a year and a half right now. I believe a year or a year and a half in between those two. And I think getting him back to the meta would be like absolutely amazing, okay, because he has so much utility. He's so versatile as well. He look at him. He has like the energy projection tag. He has the leadership tag, and he has the Dark Avengers tag. So this should tell you that he has so many affiliation with like so many other team members and other characters as well, that you can literally just snuff him up and give him a tier 4 and give him a uniform, like so easy like that. Obviously, I don't know if they should make him they give him a rework or not, or maybe they should rework him and make him even more powerful. Because I really like the Sentry. He is supposed to be the most powerful superhero on Earth. You know, this is the idea of him being the most powerful superhero in the Marvel Universe and stuff like that. Really like the idea, I really do, and I really think that him getting a tier 4 would be absolutely perfect. It would be much more profitable because he's so popular as well. People really liked him. People really enjoyed the character, and people really love the character as a whole from Marvel Comics. He's so cool. He is honestly extremely cool. He has such an insane, beautiful backstory, and I think, like I said, giving him a tier 4 would be absolutely amazing because he's been off the meta for, like I said, for almost a year and a half, a year right now, and he really deserves to get a tier 4. He really deserves to get a uniform. I mean, we got Jean Grey got a uniform and a tier 4, so if she gets a uniform and a tier 4, I think it's fair to say let's have Sentry get a uniform and a tier 4 because I really like the character. So for my number 1 pick, as you almost know, would be Sentry because I really like the character and I really enjoyed his playstyle. When he first got introduced, I was just like spamming him everywhere. So yeah, for my number 1 pick would be Sentry. And now we move to the honorable mentions, which I think would be a fair thing to do, not to keep out other characters that people would actually really like to have getting the tier 4. For my honorable mentions list, I have Odin. I think Odin would getting a uniform and a tier 4. For example, War of the Realms Odin would be absolutely perfect and insane because he's been like off the meta for now ever since 2020, ever since Ghost Rider got his tier 3, ever since Sentry got introduced, and Odin was been off the meta for almost 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years. So I think Odin getting a uniform and a tier 4 would be much more profitable. And for the honorable mentions list, I have Odin, and I have Silver Surfer as well. So I don't think he's going to be able to compete with the characters that I have mentioned on the top 10 list for multiple reasons that I have mentioned for them as well. The Maker, I think the Maker should honestly get a uniform and a tier 4. Personally, this uniform was supposed to make him really strong, but it did not. It didn't live up to the expectations. He just ended up becoming a leadership, and I really think he deserves to get a uniform and a tier 4 as well. To live up to his name, to being the smartest man on Earth, Mr. Fantastic. So, yeah. Another one on the list as well is Doctor Strange. Whew, I don't know what to say. Doctor Strange is already OP guy. He's already OP. So him getting a tier 4 would be kind of overpowered and too broken to be controlled. But again, Doctor Strange getting a uniform and a tier 4 as well would be perfect because the blast category for the tier 4 is kind of, I don't know how to say this, in a bad position. The only one who's carrying the blast category for tier 4 is basically Iron Man and Magneto, maybe. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I have Doctor Strange as well. On the honorable mentions, Blue Marvel as well as among the honorable mentions. Basically, when he got his tier 3 in a uniform, he was like a meta for 1 month, I think, or 2. Then he just got completely replaced. He wasn't even mentioned anymore. The cool thing about him is that he has 70% damage reduction. That is insane. He has insane damage reduction. He's a pure tank character. The only problem with, and he has like good heal. He has like auto heal on his third skill. He recovers 5% of his max HP every 1 second for 5 seconds. Okay, and you know, he has guard break immunity on his fifth skill, on his third skill, on his first skill he has a native 70% penetration to barrier and all damage immune. You know, he's good enough for PvP. He's just not, you know, not the one you would count on. The problem with him is that he didn't have enough damage. That's it. That's literally the problem with him. He doesn't have damage to actually do enough to keep up in the PvP meta. Like, he's just a tanky dude, but he's not gonna hit you hard. That's the type of person, type of character Blue Marvel is in Marvel Future Fight. And honestly, I think you should get a tier 4 and a uniform to actually give his name a little bit more value, because I feel like he gets disrespectful. He gets disrespected a lot in Marvel Future Fight. They just completely sidelined him. Like, he's a tanky dude but deals no damage, you know. And I feel like he is unfinished with this build. I feel like he is unfinished character. They did not really give too much effort on him. So yeah, really like Blue Marvel if he gets a tier 4 and a uniform and becomes a meta character for PvP, because he honestly deserves it. Really hope he gets a uniform and a tier 4 and he's among the honorable mentions, because I just don't think he's gonna get a uniform and a tier 4 as soon as the other characters that I have mentioned on my top 10 lists for them getting a tier 4. So that's basically it for my honorable mentions characters. So yeah. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. We're just gonna wrap it up right here, guys. I really had so much fun making this. Let me know what you all think about this list. Do you agree? Do you not? I'm usually just doing this for fun because I just really like it. Let me know your list on the comment section down below. Who are your top 10 characters that you want to get a tier 4, and who are your honorable mentions? I really liked doing this video. I've enjoyed it so much, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. It was so much fun. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up right here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share, so help the channel grow. And hit the notification ring bell so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos I'll be posting on this channel. And join my Discord server if you wish to discuss with me about the characters, the uniforms, the builds. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Peace.